The views, comments, and opinions of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios, MorrisMediaLive.com, or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
EMissyK's show. EMissyK's show. EMissyK's show. Questions, interviews, gossip, current news, movie, TV, radio. Here we go. Hey, EMissyK. Hey, EMissyK. Her beauty and passion, talk music, fashion. Loose lips, red cup, love jump. She's always on Facebook, Instagram, taking calls on the telephone.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the EMissyK's Loose Lip Show. I'm your girl, EMissyK, and also the birthday girl. Thank you very much.
Okay, Happy
LaLa.
birthday! Right,
you're damn right. As we should.
Let's go, man.
Tonight's show is going to be extremely interesting
and jazzy,
and very jazzy. If y'all don't like smooth jazz, y'all may as well log off. Go pee during the breaks. Number 2, brush your teeth, do something, get ready for bed.
Do something.
Comb your hair.
But we have a great show. We have Willie Bradley, trumpet player on our show. Yes. I'm happy. I'm excited. And over here we have
Haley Bale.
Whatever.
You know what? I'm like the calm one, LaLa.
That's some bull. And over here we have the beautiful, the elegant,
available Lady D's.
Oh, available.
We going there tonight. We going there tonight. We
need to go there.
We're putting our labels out there now. Available.
She never started off like that, but let's
you know what I'm saying.
Man. I'm here for it.
Let's go for it.
For sure.
What's on everyone's lips? Laddeesz.
It's wine. You know, I always go wine every week. It's a little thing that we do on the Wednesdays. We drink.
Is that a thing that we can drink wines?
No. We drink soda.
Haley is not drinking wine.
Wine, it lets you mellow, feel comfortable, and everything. And
whatever.
Yes. Anyway, so in Orlando, Florida, you see how I got jumped right into there?
Go ahead, baby.
Leap. 2 6-year-olds were arrested by a retired police officer. Okay. The one little girl, she had a tantrum. You know, 6-year-olds do that, but she kicked one of the teachers. So this guy arrested the girl and a little boy. He put her in the back of the car, police car, handcuffed her, took her down to the little what is that little place called? Where
the holding area.
The holding area, yes.
You know what it is.
The precinct.
I didn't want to say like
the holding tank at the precinct. Okay,
holding tank at the precinct.
Like
anyway, the principal was against it. Even at the precinct, they were wondering why would you even handcuff her and bring her down here when it wasn't even authorized, because they have to have authorization to take these kids down there. So yes, 6 for just having a tantrum. But go ahead.
Just a tantrum.
So if the principal didn't approve of it, did the teacher call the police on the 6-year-old?
I think he's one of the guys. They didn't call anybody. He was already off duty, but they do.
So how did he get?
So he's like a security there.
He's
or
like
something?
a security. There are.
He's an off-guard police officer.
Retired.
Yes.
Officer
Campus.
On campus. It's a private school. Yes.
Why do they have police officers on an elementary school campus?
But he's retired, so they have a lot of retired officers that's working a little part time there.
It's called protection.
Yes.
From elementary school kids?
Yes.
Not from the kids necessarily, but to protect the kids.
Yes. You always have some
the surrounding areas
that wonders walk around.
So kind of like the shootout drills. Okay.
There's security on every campus, trust me.
Yeah, especially in Orlando. And this is not actually the first time that a 6-year-old was arrested, but this particular time, I guess, social media talk about it, so it's everywhere. The grandmother said something about it. Even the prosecutor was saying he wasn't gonna press charges on him, but they're on for a misdemeanor account. So they're going to drop all the cases, but I guess the little boy has to actually have his day or get his file number for them to actually drop it. So he still has to go through the process of it, which is insane. This is just freaking
I don't know.
insane.
It depends. What were the little mother friends doing?
That part.
That's the.
They didn't just up on GP.
What were they doing? You're not gonna just arrest the kid for a temper tantrum. It had to be something a little more extreme.
If she was having a tantrum, screaming, kicking, she may have accidentally kicked the teacher.
Accidentally, bull.
Really? Thank you, Brenda. Out of the mouth of babes.
Accidentally.
Thank you very much. Nah, I don't know. Let me tell you something.
Go ahead.
Okay, so the teachers are not allowed to touch students anymore. So they couldn't control her, right? They couldn't, get her to calm down anyway, other than saying, sweetie, please don't kick me again. Please don't do that. No, sweetie, I'm going to need you not to hit another student. No, okay, I need help. What are you supposed to do?
But they didn't even say if this was a second occurrence or if this child has been an issue.
I don't give a damn.
What, LaLa?
I still think that arresting this child is an entire stretch.
BS.
That's your opinion.
It's a whole
That's
stretch.
if you're the receiving end of this little brat attacking you, you wouldn't see it as a stretch.
Honestly,
Come get this little mother before I rip them apart.
I'm gonna be 100. I'm 19. I don't have a lot of patience for kids under the age of 16. Okay, I don't. Let me be very blunt. And I promise you, if your child is over the age of 10 and they ain't hit me, I'm gonna hit them back. Exactly. But if you're 6 years old, if you're in the first grade or kindergartner, I'm not gonna have you arrested for hitting me.
No, I'm gonna beat you down.
Okay.
And then have y'all to come pick me up.
Take your little wonky mad salty to the office. You can do that, but you can't arrest a first grader. Please. Can you imagine growing up?
That kid would have been hog-tied.
Can you imagine
your little demon seed? You're both of them.
No, it's not okay.
I don't think that it's okay for a 6-year-old to grow up without a record.
So what do you think should have happened to these little mugs?
Yeah.
What do you think should have happened?
Take your salty ass to the office.
No, hold on. Let her speak.
I can deal with kids. I know how to deal with kids so where they're not having a goddamn tantrum.
As a teacher,
even as a teacher.
That's the children you run around. But if you run across a little terrorist like this, you do what?
Thing. I'm not gonna.
But you can't do the same thing.
Well, then he shouldn't be in my class. They need to be moved out of the class.
Well, that's what he did.
Let me tell you something. When Haley was 6 years old and she was getting shots, she needed her ass arrested too.
Right now, hold on now. At 6 years old, okay, you are taught what's the word I'm looking for? You are disciplined, okay?
Yes.
I was very disciplined at 6 years old. I understand. I didn't get a lot of whoopings, did I? Mm-hmm. I didn't get a lot of whoopings.
Not as many as you get now.
All you doing is making our point for arresting your little black ass. Keep going.
It's not okay.
My point is, at 6 years old, you don't necessarily attack unless it's like a defense mechanism. I felt like I needed to kick those 3 nurses and 1 doctor in the kneecap and break their ankles because I was getting attacked. They would stick a needle in my skin and take my blood without my permission. So, yes,
they should have had her arrested. I told her to put her in a straitjacket.
No, kids have tantrums, first of all. They do, and they don't need to be arrested.
I wasn't a tantrum. I said what I said.
Not
they
in my
couldn't
house.
have my blood.
Well, not in mine either. But I'm saying there are kids that
what
do.
But do
I'm not calling the cops.
Did?
No, I'll deal with it. But we're not calling.
We're not calling
You gonna continue to get kicked?
No, it's not gonna.
She could get transferred out. She could get expelled.
Wait. You calling the police on a child in your house throwing a tantrum is quite different than strangers, outside people having to deal with your badass kid, and your kid is terrorizing and punching and doing all kind of stuff. And what are they supposed to do?
Then at that point,
wait a minute. So here you go adding on stuff to what
because but this is reasonable addition. Why do you think they arrested these kids? Why do you think they arrested these kids?
Tell me when to go.
No, because she kicked. That's what they said.
Violence.
pick me.
Tell the whole truth.
Tag.
Tell the truth.
I just feel like whatever happens off campus between your child and everybody else is between you, God, and your child. How you discipline them is between you guys. How I discipline your child in my classroom when they hit me is up to me. And I feel like maybe you're trying to be suspended or expelled or
can't suspend them anymore.
Millie,
I just do not
Millie,
think
I
that
need you to take a note for me.
authorities we are on
reasonable
air.
addition.
Ooh.
I need you to point that for me. Reasonable addition to the bullshit. I need you to make that note for me for the future. I'm gonna need that in the next segment. Reasonable addition. You got that? I'm stuck. You got that? Reasonable addition. Let's go.
The authorities are not necessary. Okay? It's not.
Hold on. We done.
Oh my God,
I'm not arresting nobody.
We're out of control.
At all. I do
Okay.
want to end it with, though.
Marvin is watching. Marvin's going to get us. Let's move on.
Let's change it. Okay, so.
Sorry, Marvin.
Go ahead.
Fantasia.
Okay.
And this is just something a little short. Had a video that was spreading around as far as being submissive to her man.
Okay.
Oh.
Right?
Okay.
And I think a lot of people who had an issue with it were single.
Okay.
So they
Okay.
shouldn't even be saying that if you're not.
Right.
Okay.
If you ain't no man, you don't even.
Shut it down.
Yes, submissive.
You know, submissive.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, get in your
So,
spirit.
All right.
But
Okay.
women who are good women and men who are good men that know their role, that know what to do to provide, know their I say place. And women will automatically allow her man to do what that needs to do and, you know, play their role or whatever. My question, and this is way off, women are submissive to men. Men normally lead for their women, right?
Okay.
But in this day of age, if a woman is dating a woman, how do you determine who's going to be the submissive one?
I can't
The one that's
relate.
the most
I'm gonna go ahead
masculine.
and step down.
How did this question just get?
No, because it's always
I know.
there's always
No,
one that's
because it's-
masculine.
But my thing is, things change so much and they make it seem like it's just black or white, but it's not always just that. It's a whole lot of variables to it. These relationships, even when you're dealing with a man and a man, who's the one that's leading?
Like, lady,
You
D,
have to
always-
choose.
Somebody
Do you-
always choose a masculine and a feminine role.
But you
It
have
is
to
what it
choose,
is.
or do you decide on who?
I think
or
they come into the relationship like that.
Exactly.
I think it's kind of like a leadership
That's how they
role.
come in.
There are some people in school, like when you get assigned the group assignment in the group, somebody decides to take lead in the group. So I feel like there's somebody in a relationship who decides to take the masculine role. Like, okay,
No, but you're
No.
deciding.
I don't think it's
That's
not a
it's not
decision. I
deciding
think it's that
thing.
you have gay people who they're masculine, but they prefer their own sex, and the same thing with women, and they prefer women
That's
that are
exactly
more
where I was
feminine,
going.
and men who are
Yes.
more feminine. They attract.
Exactly.
They're still opposites.
It's,
Yeah.
it's
So
they come
preference.
in there like
it's
that.
Totally
That's who they
preference.
are.
It's just like you have a preference of whether you want a man who is
Submissive.
passive aggressive or aggressive.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same thing. Some women can't date men with strong personalities. They want the man that,
that are submissive.
Dwayne's.
That are submissive. There are men that are submissive, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't like that.
But see, then it's not
that's
just
you.
the.
It's
but
a
see, that's the
preference.
thing. It's not just the woman.
was that
being-
shade? Who's
It
Dwayne?
Hey, this is your girl LaLa. You can catch me on the EMissyK's show on Facebook, Twitter, and
That
Instagram.
shade.
She got a whole lot of shade going. I feel it.
Did you just did you sprinkle it? Because you for sure threw it out there. Like,
I missed it.
Anyway, up next, the beautiful Lady D's with lifestyles according to her. Yes, she's single now. Oh, go ahead. Up next,
I don't
our
want to be
break.
single. You hear
Our
that?
break. Up
We'll be
next.
right back.
who's Dwayne?
And welcome back to the EMissyK's Loose Lip Show. We have been joined by Willie Bradley.
Really?
How you doing?
We're good. How are you?
I got some hot seats going on.
Does that mean you're enjoying the show so far?
I'm listening.
And now you have to talk back.
I gotta talk back.
I enjoyed that CD. That's very nice.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah. Which album was that one from?
That's from
Over the Horizon or something?
That's going to be on my new CD. It's My Time. And that's like the second single I released from it.
Okay.
Nice.
Good.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the projects. Trust me.
I look forward to seeing you at Long Beach Jazz one day.
He has a gospel CD
I
too.
just did the Long Beach.
You did? Where was
He
I?
did.
Where was I?
She was there.
She
interviewed
came
me.
Friday. He came. He opened us on Saturday.
sure
Main
did.
stage. Main stage.
Oh, holla!
So nice.
That's awesome.
That's so dope.
I know some people been trying to get on the main stage for a while. I ain't gonna call no names, but they still struggling.
Dope. Right.
They still struggling.
Your day gonna come. Your day
They
gonna
still at that little stage when you
People
first
alive.
come in the door.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's so dope.
Well, I was fortunate, you know,
Nice.
the Benoits, thank you for giving me a shot. You know, so it takes a lot of hard work. Everybody thinks this is easy, but it's not easy.
You gotta hustle, man.
Especially when you book yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations. That's
you.
big doings. I like
That's
that.
Okay, Lady D.
I hate I missed it.
Yeah, I know. It was a good show too.
Okay,
She
what
can
we
tell
got,
you all
Miss
about
Single?
Right.
You want me to tell them how you be working?
Oh,
No.
we want to talk about what perspective your family and your children have a right to have on your life
Okay.
as a dating senior. Do you think they should have any kind of perspective on what goes on in your, look at that face,
No.
on in your life? In your love life?
No.
It depends.
On what?
It depends on the mental mind state of my parent.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, yeah, when you say it like that, okay.
It really does. It depends on the mental mind state of my parent. It depends on if you're dependent on me.
Right.
It depends on a whole lot of stuff. But I have so much to say about this topic, but answer the question.
Okay, well, it all depends on, you know, how far you're willing to trust somebody else around your kids. You know, this day and time, you never know who you're going to meet.
Yeah, but as a senior, you don't really have little kids. But
Yeah, it's
You're
the
talking about the
senior.
parents.
we're talking about
Somebody
Yeah,
dating
we're
your
talking
mama.
about that. Okay,
Okay.
that's what
Do
we're
you have
talking
an opinion on someone dating your mom?
Well, no, because my mom's still married.
Okay.
about. Oh, nice.
Okay, so
well,
So you do have an
wasn't.
opinion. Look, so you definitely have an opinion.
nobody better not be dating my mom.
Listen, I understand that as we get older, and it's not just older people, because there are some younger people with Alzheimer's and stuff like that. Believe it or not, the youngest one diagnosed, I think, was 27 years
Yes.
old. So it's not just elderly people who have mental issues as they
Right.
get older and deteriorate, right? And I understand that aspect. And you should be mindful of what your parents are doing if they're dating, who they're seeing, because there's so many people scamming and different things.
Exactly.
You need to be
I thought you
give
were
them
talking
room,
about
but you
me.
need to be up in the business. You need to know what's going on.
Oh,
I
I'm
agree.
definitely in your business.
But if there are no mental issues,
But it doesn't have to always be mental issues. You have some women or men, women and men that are seniors that may be very capable of making decisions on their own and, you know, choosing their partners or whatever, but they're blinded to the fact that this is somebody who's trying to use you for your money, you know, for your pension or whatever
but
income you have.
how do you know that's what they're doing?
It's a discussion. It's a discussion. If I see something, you said, if I see something that I feel is not really on the up and up with this person, I'm going to discuss it with you. So that's where my perspective comes in. That's what you asked me. Should I have something to say? Yes, I'm going to have something to say about it. If I feel like, Mom, you dating this little 30-year-old and all you keep doing is buying him Jordans. Like, he's using you. You're a sugar mama. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
you know?
I get that part. Yeah, I think
Exactly.
some older women, I think that's what they want to do. If they want to spend the money on it, that's all it is. I think my issue is my mom or dealing with a man that wants to alienate her from her family. That's the issue that I would have, which I've had. And if it's not getting through to her on what's going on or how it's happening, there's only so much that I can say.
Yeah, it's her prerogative.
Because I can't be there every single day to say, what you doing, how you doing, I don't like, I just will stay away. And if being with someone that would keep you away from your family means that much, then hey, let me take care of mine. That's just it.
Well, people who have motives, they kind of reveal themselves, at some point in time.
Yes.
They don't get be arrested just for a while, but, everything will be revealed in time.
I believe that too.
Yeah.
I just think that there's more and more because seniors are, parents are living longer.
Yes.
And either they're widowed or they're divorced or whatever the case may be, they find themselves alone and they choose to continue living and dating. But I think you need to know your parent. If your parent is mentally and physically capable of taking care of themselves, I don't think it warrants you telling a parent who they should or should not see,
right,
and why they should or not see them. If you see signs of weird stuff going on, like, first of all, ladies, you shouldn't be going out and spending all your money on no little youngster, because that's pretty much what they want.
But they do.
Right, LaRon?
Yeah, they do. They definitely do. Shots fired. Bang, 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 bang.
The shade is real in here today.
Bang, bang, bang.
I'm just saying, that's not the. There are rare occasions when younger men and women are attracted to much older people. I get that.
Yes.
But in a lot of instances, it's for the come up.
Right.
Yeah.
That's really what it's about, because they feel like these people they ought to feel privileged to have them be a part of their lives, and they putting in the work, right?
Right.
But if that's not the case, either I think that if you are allowing your family to make decisions for you in your relationship, then either you're needy or there's something wrong with you. You're able-bodied.
Right.
You make your own money. You know, you can go and come as you please. It's your house, but yet still your children get to come to your house, or your sister gets to come to your house and tell you who you can or cannot date. Sorry. I mean, that's a problem.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing it more and more. I think the family call themselves being protective, but what are you protecting?
Right.
It's not like this person has some kind of mental issue
exactly. So it's a conversation, as I said before. It's communication. It's a conversation that he needs to have with them. Like, okay, I understand that you guys are being protective, but I got this.
Right.
And not okay, whatever you say. That's him. I don't want that. I don't want you.
Exactly.
I don't want to date you. Because if that's the way you feel, if you can't even stand up to your family or say, let me see it through. If anything, let me see it through. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm a grown-ass man. I know how to shut it down if it doesn't. Right. But it's communication. If you're not communicating, then he's more than likely that passive dude that I don't want to date in the first place.
Yeah, I get that. But it's not necessarily that I'm trying to shut the whole situation down with the family and stuff. I don't think, because you kind of need their input if there's something going on that you don't see, that they may see. So you don't really want to shut it down.
Yeah.
But my problem is this. I think that you need to have a conversation with the individual first.
But if they're
before you have a conversation with your family.
But if they're shutting it down and not communicating, negotiating, compromising is the word I'm looking for. But if they're just shutting it down and not trying to make any type of compromise with you with your choice, then that becomes a problem. Unless he's not an able body.
Yeah, well.
I'm just saying.
Well, the way the internet is set up today, you can Google anybody's name. You can find out pretty much anything about anybody. So,
but that's not. It's. I just think that my thing is a responsible, grown ass person. Even if you have doubts or concerns, I still say the starting place should be with the person.
Right.
Sit down and have a conversation.
Right.
But don't come to me and say, oh, my sister said this or my daughter said this.
That's different.
Really?
Now that's a horse of a different color.
Really?
Don't even tell me about what your sister said, because I ain't dating your sister.
Exactly.
That was
43.
Jesus, I'm 43 now. I said that shit to myself. I'm 43. And I'm not, I respect your opinion. I respect Haley's opinions, when it comes to me dating somebody. But ultimately, it's my decision, So in that situation, he can listen to them and respect their decisions and not their decisions, their opinions, and move on. That's all I'm saying. Right. But if he doesn't and he just decides to shut it down because they're saying no, then he has a problem.
Right.
It's him. I'm not doing him. Right. I know it ain't got nothing to do with me because, I'm just me. I haven't done anything to harm him. We're just having conversation or we just went on one date, and it ain't like he paid any of my bills or anything. So what would even warrant this type of conversation
off of one date?
Exactly.
But, it's like these grown children that get into these role reversals. All of a sudden,
I am your mama. I don't know why.
The devil is a lie.
I don't know why you keep trying to deny it. I am your mama.
The devil is a lie.
I am your mama. The worlds are definitely reversed.
Don't let her fool you. Don't you let her fool you.
I'm your mama. Quit trying to make people think.
Don't laugh, Brenda. That's not funny.
Quit trying to make people think I ain't your mama. You know I ain't your mama.
Girl, please. When you start paying my bills, if you can talk about being my mama.
Like I said, I'm your mama.
When you start paying my bills.
And that's what one would say when she put her foot down and said, look, you don't pay my bills, I'm going to date who I want.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what's going to
Exactly. And I just think that, they limit these people. It's like they do it under the guise of being protective.
Yeah.
But it's really not, you're really trying to control the person's life.
Right.
And it's just not right, because you may see them, you see 65 as being old. Whereas a lot of other people don't see it that way. Right. So because that's your parent or your and the sister is older. Mm-hmm. So I'm just saying.
Oh, he's being specific now. Okay.
No, this is just a situation that I know about, and it's like it really. I had a lot to say about it. Seriously, because I don't think it's right. Okay. And I think that we have enough challenges. As seniors as it is,
yes.
Trying to live viable lives and stuff. So we don't need outside interference unless you see a need, see me down and I can't get up or something. Exactly. Leave me alone. Let me do me. I've learned enough over the years to take care of myself.
I agree.
And a lot of seniors find themselves in that situation. They're not babies. They were not born yesterday. Right. Give them some credit. They raised you.
Right.
So stay out of their business. Let these people live their lives unless you see something untoward going on. Right. Then you kind of check it out before you just go busting out there, but kind of check it out. Because they need somebody too,
Right.
And that's all I'm saying. And you're not my mama.
Whatever.
You think you are, but you're not.
You can think that I'm not.
I know you're not. I don't think. Betty Ray's spirit of Betty Ray is not around here. Anyway,
what?
So you guys, what?
Yeah, crazy. Go.
No, she is. Go. So anyway, I'm just saying, family, friends, and family, try to be a little more supportive and a little more understanding, a little more cooperative. In allowing your parents, your grandmother, your aunts, or whatever they may be, to live a happy and full life as best they can.
Even if they want to have sex.
As long as they can. Especially if they want to have sex.
Yes.
Like the people that had the mattress behind the building.
We're not going to talk about that.
At the assisted living.
We're not talking about the STD. We're not talking about Granny and her craps right now. We're not doing that. No.
But that's because people try to hinder them. See, so they seek other means. They sneak and they get it. They're going to get it.
By any means
whatever. Erica, you just keep living. You just keep living with your horny toad butt. Anyway, this has been Lady D's and Lifestyle According to Lady D's. I'm just talking about what I'm talking about. And we're going to take a break. And when we return, we're going to get lipped with Miss Haley Bell and her special guest, Mr. Willie Bradley. Right now, we're going to listen to some more Willie Bradley's music. And we'll be back in 2 minutes. Stay tuned.
Nice.
We've got to live together. I know yeah. So let's just work it out. Work it out, yeah. Oh, yeah. We all gotta do it together. So let's just work it out. Ooh. One day the skin I'm in won't matter to you and me. The same thing, no. And one day hatred and fear will not be our legacy. Erase the time, the bad lines. In a not too distant time, everyone you meet will smile. With open arms, no cause for alarm. In a not too distant hour, with motives clean and undefiled. But here we are now in the meantime. We got to find a way to live in harmony. Somehow in the meantime, in the spirit of good faith, let's give peace half a chance. One day our eyes won't see race or social status of our family. And one day our hearts will be full of true unselfish love. But here we are now in the meantime. We got to find a way to live in harmony. Somehow in the meantime, in the spirit of good faith, let's give peace half a chance. Around the corner, just around the bend, an ideal circumstance, the breaking of the dawn. So in the meantime, in between time, let's give each other strength to hold on, be strong. Oh, be strong.
Show.
Your lips are loose up in here.
We have been joined by Haley Bell. And we have to get lips with Willie Bradley.
I can't seem to grasp my
Look, Marvin says, so should you worry only if mama's on Tinder?
See, look, I told y'all that Tinder thing is up to question now. How you doing, Willie Bradley?
Look, I'm about to upload it again, see what Tinder's got going on. I haven't been on it in a long time.
Welcome to
it's
my
been a few
segment. I'm not as loose as you think.
That's a lie.
Lies.
That's a lie. That's a lie. You're
All
breasting
lies.
and you don't know Jesus. Stop.
Technically, I do know Jesus.
Not when you
Technically.
lie like
You said technically? She said technically?
I think I just got in trouble a little bit.
Technically? Whoa.
How are you, Willie? How are you?
I'm doing fine.
That's good.
I'm sweating.
Not as much as I.
I said
You
technically.
gonna fan me too?
No, I want to find out what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Technically.
I'm sorry. You play the trumpet. Yes?
Yes, I do.
Yes. How did you learn how to play the trumpet?
Well, I started when I was in middle school back in the day. Started playing, and I never quit.
And with that, you started doing smooth jazz. Yes?
Yes, that came about right out of college. Kind of, we learned classical in college, and we kind of transitioned from playing classical to jazz. I was on a jazz ensemble in college, and So it kind of transformed into smooth jazz after touring with Dizzy Gillespie and playing with a lot of the jazz greats. We, you kind of pick the genre that you want, that you feel like playing, and so that's why I like the smooth jazz. It was, made me feel good, so playing it. So that's why I stuck with it.
If you
Which college?
I went to South Carolina State University in Orangeburg, South Carolina.
Okay. Oh.
That's their people.
As far
Exactly.
And how and when it comes to smooth jazz and playing the trumpet, how did you know that was something that you would make a career out of? Besides the regular 9-to-5 job, like everybody else.
Okay, well, actually, when I started out, when I graduated from college, I was a band director.
Okay.
And I played on the weekends because, if you don't have a good foundation in the music industry, there's no way you're going to be successful. Okay, and it took a little while for me to kind of put those two pieces together. When you got a family, you got to provide for your family. So, you got a spouse and they're saying, okay, well, you can play the music. It's going to be
We
on
need
the
some
weekend.
money.
You're going to have this 9-to-5. We need to have this check.
You better go call that corner church
guaranteed.
down there.
And it wasn't until years later, until maybe 2009, that I got real serious about my music. Prior to that, my dreams were stuck. I was addicted to drugs and alcohol, and it took for me to overcome that to be able to have the faith to step out and say, well, I'm going to go for it. Okay. And it wasn't until then, until I went through an artist development agency. I learned every aspect of the music business, and I got a good foundation, and I've been successful. So and then even with going through the artist development agency, it takes time. It takes a lot of time. A lot of people give up before they get to the point where they're about to before the doors start opening, because if nobody knows who you are, nobody's going to give you an opportunity.
True.
Right.
So you have to have some perseverance and a lot of praying,
Yeah.
and a lot of luck.
What has playing the trumpet done for you spiritually? Like the positive side, the right things, the things that turned your life into something better or something good to look at.
Well, what all stems back from recovering from the drugs and alcohol.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a huge part of who I am today. Okay, coming out of rehab the fourth time, I walked back into my church after years of being a church musician, showing up on the road, showing up in church as a church on church payroll.
Yeah.
Smelling like alcohol, falling asleep on the front pew.
Oh, I know a whole lot of
Wow.
Okay, and then I go to rehab, and then I come back, and I'm just totally different person. So I asked the church to help me complete a gospel project while I was drinking, and my pastor said, "No, Brother Bradley, you're not ready yet."
Right.
Right.
Good for
Okay.
him.
So when I come back after rehab, I was court ordered 6 months and ended up staying 22 months.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay, so I was able to stay the course and stay enough time to really, when I wanted to get rid of the demon for once and for all. So it took what it took, and then my whole mindset changed, my whole outlook on life changed, and when that changed, I was able to focus on like the artist development agency, and I knew what I wanted to do. I was writing my stuff down, I was writing my goals down, and so the church, I went back to the church. Okay, well, let's back up a little bit. When I played in church, okay, I used to, get my money before the payday. And I used to, so my church said, well, I ended up playing a whole year after I got out of rehab before they put me back on the payroll.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so they wanted to make sure I was going to stay.
That's
Okay.
a pretty good church.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. It's Mount Sinai Missionary Baptist Church in Fayetteville, North Carolina. So anyway, so I went to my pastor after the year was up, and I was like, do you think you guys will be able to help me do a gospel jazz CD? And he said, he didn't say no. He said, well, get me a proposal, and then we'll present it to the trustee board, and we'll get you get you on the agenda for the next meeting. Mm-hmm. So I went to got the proposal and presented it to the deacons, and I left before they made the decision. They called me I was in my car driving, and I said, "Brother Bradley, you didn't stay." I didn't know what was going to happen. But, they said, "Well, you want to hear our answer?" And I said, "Well, yeah." And they said, "Well, you can stop by the church office and get the first installment for your gospel CD." So they helped me with getting the project. I paid them all the money back. Awesome. And then, and I got, things started happening slowly but surely. I was selected to go on the Yolanda Adams One Love Gospel Cruise. Nice. And I was on there with Kathy Hughes, Radio 1 President CEO, and then after that, I wanted to do a smooth jazz CD. I always wanted to play smooth jazz, and I'd already had all these songs together, and I just wanted to get them on wax and get a CD project because it was always one of my dreams to have a gospel jazz CD, smooth jazz CD, and so I raised the money. I raised the money on a GoFundMe campaign to get that done. The first CD was entitled Another Day in Time because, like you said, what was my spiritual aspect of it? Yes. So, being that I was addicted to drugs and alcohol for so many years, and my mindset had changed, and I was living. The title cut was from the title track for the CD was Another Day in Time. I'm living in another day in time in my life right now.
How long were you out there?
A long time.
Long time.
Several years, more than 15 years. During the course of 15 years, I had 6 DWIs. I totaled 3 new cars, and I'd gone to rehab 4 times.
Were you still married that whole time?
Yes.
Wow.
Child. Wow.
Still?
Yes.
Praise God.
Man.
Wow.
So, in every show, when I get a chance to introduce the song Another Day in Time, when I play it, I get a chance to, the Lord made clear what he wanted me to do when he saved me. And he said, I want you to use your music as a platform to tell everybody in the world what I've done in your life when you introduce this song. Nice. Every single show, that's what I do.
Wow. Nice. That's what I like about Kirk Whalum. Because he is not ashamed. He carries God everywhere he goes. And the people love it.
And you can't be afraid. Yeah. And you know what? That torch that I carry, I carry it. I know I have to, and it's not about me. It's not about me because I have to be able to stand firm and trust that, hey, that's what the Lord wants me to do. I believe today that I'm successful is because I'm able to stand up there and give my testimony and not be ashamed, because at the end of each show, when I say that, somebody comes up to me. It doesn't fail. It never fails. If somebody comes up to me, they either need my help or they said, I needed to hear that.
Yeah. Awesome.
And that's what God wants us to do.
I'm a witness. No, seriously. After the Long Beach Festival, it's like we couldn't take 2 steps without, somebody, telling him
and that's what it's really all about.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
There are some people out there who play instruments, and who, even though they put their all into something, even though they put God first into everything that they do, they don't necessarily become as successful as you are today. So what advice do you have to them, to keep them going or to get them to the point that you are?
Okay, so when I talk about having a good foundation in the music industry, okay, knowledge is power.
Amen.
Okay, and I went through an artist development agency because I wanted to make sure that if I was going to do it, I was going to make sure that I knew everything I needed to know to succeed.
Absolutely.
Okay, a lot of artists, I'm not criticizing anybody, but a lot of them just don't have the foundation, or they depend on other people to do stuff that they need to be doing.
Exactly. Right. Instead of keeping that money in your pocket.
Exactly. So I don't have a booking agent. I'm a people person. Okay, I'm a salesman by trade, so it's like, hey, I know how to pick the phone up and call somebody and say, hey, my name is Willie Bradley. I know how to sell myself better than anybody else.
That's right.
Right.
Bottom line. And if a lot of artists would, make the time, it doesn't take a whole lot of time. It just takes in the beginning, it took me, I sat down every day at the computer like it was a full-time job. First of all, I had to prove to my wife that I was going to be successful, because she was like, nah, you need to go get a job. Yeah. And I was like, no, this is what I'm going to do. But I could keep saying that, but I had to show her that, I was really serious about what I was doing.
Yeah.
I started coming out to California in 2012. I got a one-way ticket to California. My first cousin was here, and I just took a whole month, one whole 30 days I was here, and I went to every jazz spot, every place that had an open mic night, and I took my horn and I drove around and I sat in with the bands, and I got to know everybody, every musician in California. And I did that several times.
Yeah.
So believe it or not, my following on the West Coast is huge.
Yeah.
And I think it's a little more than it is on the East Coast where I'm from.
Yeah.
You know, I have 3 shows this weekend.
Wow.
Good job.
3 shows this weekend.
We're gonna.
Is she convinced yet?
We're gonna take a break. We're gonna take a break.
Oh, I had a good question left.
You can come back with it. Okay. We're gonna take a break. You gonna play something for us today?
No, I'm not going to play.
Okay. So we're gonna take a break. We're gonna get into another one of your videos, and then we're gonna come back with Haley B's interview. I'm enjoying this. So I'm gonna let her do
So
her.
what was going to be your question?
Oh,
Can you not make that face on camera?
He had a drone came over
I
the
didn't even
prison
get a
yard and
countdown or
dropped
nothing.
some weed and a
I said we was
phone.
ready.
Cell
Welcome
phone.
back from our break.
That was funny.
And my last question is highly irrelevant to this segment, but I needed to get it out.
okay.
All right. So I watched a documentary last night with Chelsea Handler about how she felt when it came to white supremacy. But this has nothing to do with that. It's something to do with the question she asked Kevin Hart. The question she asked Kevin Hart was, there are white people who have the talent. Like, you have the voice, you have the talent, you have the smile, you have the looks, and then you just take off from there. And there are some black people who feel like they have the talent, they have the looks, they have everything they need, but then necessarily it's like, oh, I know this person, I know that person, I know this person, can I get in too? Was it like that for you and your success story at all? Like, did you ever have to say, like, oh, I know this person, let me in too?
So
You mean like riding the back of somebody else?
So are you asking him, did he ever have a situation where white privilege overpowered his situation?
Sure, let's go there, yeah.
Okay.
Let's go there.
Where someone someone played their white privilege card, overpowered you
Or you
being
need
on
to
the
use,
show
or you
something.
need to use your
Okay.
black privilege card to get somewhere.
I believe in I don't believe in the racism part of it, even though sometimes it's sort of kind of hidden.
Yeah.
But you know what? I believe that whatever God has for me, it's going to be for me regardless of what color I am, or
Yes.
what color or whoever I have to deal with. I've experienced, some people saying no
Yeah.
that are white, and I've experienced people who said no that are
black.
black.
Right.
Okay, and then I've had people that said yes that were white, and I've had people that say yes that were black.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, I believe that when it's my time, it's my time, and it doesn't matter what color I am. It's going to happen.
Right.
Okay.
I think in music though, it seems like that racism is not as prevalent amongst
as far as performing musicians, the guys you saw, on the video with me, those are my friends.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't. I don't think we see color. We don't.
That's what I like about it.
Music
It's
is a
like,
universal language, and then when I have not experienced, very seldom have I experienced somebody that was a musician that was prejudiced.
Right.
I mean, we're a little different. We're a little eccentric.
yeah,
Sometimes
yeah.
might be a
I
little
get that.
weird, but as far as when we're on the same stage, I mean, it's about the music.
Right.
Let's get
It's
to
kind
Zip
of
Your
like
Lips.
what you were saying about Gregory Porter's concerts.
Lily White. I love it. I mean, I don't
Yes.
care. I love his music. I can listen to him I do sometimes
Right.
all day. But when you look at his audience, it's more than 3/4 white
Right.
and upper echelon. That's who they are.
Okay, well then that's what you want.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I just think his music is so good. It's like when I first started seeing this, and most of his audiences are like that. I'm like, and I think that's another reason why he doesn't really come to the West Coast as much as some artists. I think he came a few times this year, which was kind of rare. But his music is so good. It's like it was kind of saddened me. It saddened me at first to not see any more of us in the audience than I did.
I don't think it's the musicians or the artists, thing to make music about color. I think it's about the people that you put the show on for, who has a certain image. Like, this is what I want in my stadium. This is what I want in my auditorium. I don't want you to bring, the type of people that you play for in here. I want this image,
Right.
That's why I asked if it was, about a racial thing when it came to certain places that you perform for.
Yeah, I guess like you were saying, it just depends on the geographical location, because a lot of musicians, with all genres, they fare better overseas with people who can barely even speak our language.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I toured with the James Brown Band. I toured with them too. So I had the privilege of going to Osaka and Tokyo, Japan twice, and 18 cities in France. And I'll tell you, the most black people that were in the place were on the stage.
Yep.
I mean,
That's right.
Yes.
Lily White audiences. I mean, and they were packed. I mean, we had to do 2 shows each time.
Exactly.
Each night.
And standing ovation. These people sit there you think they're like being all stuck up and they barely move. But let me tell you something, that last song, them jokers are on their feet and they gonna clap until he bring his butt back out there.
That's right.
They
And
don't
that's what
stop.
That's
They
exactly
steady.
what happened.
Yeah.
They
So,
love it.
The Europeans, they really appreciate American musicians. I mean, straight up, I wish that the people in the United States would be the same, but unfortunately, it's
different.
just
It's
not like
different.
that.
It's just different.
Right.
It's very different.
All right, so guys, let's get into Zip Your Lips with EMissyK. So the way this goes, you guys have 60 seconds to say whatever's on your mind, and then zip your lips so they're forever zipped. I don't want to hear nothing else about it. So we're going to start with Haley B. Because I'm not her mama, I can't tell her what to do right now. So Haley B.
Grandma, she pressing me. I think you need to get her.
Go, Haley.
Okay. Shoot. Oh my God. Okay, you ready? My timer not up.
And the producer says she have to wait.
I'm ready.
Did y'all not know that this moment was coming?
The word of
Anyway,
God says, "Seek
start.
and you shall find." Okay, please do not send my child to jail. That's all I gotta ask, man. Like, I don't feel like dealing with no courts, no authorities. I don't even like police as is. F the boys, F the pigs. Whatever they gotta say. I mean, I know y'all gonna be like, I know I'm gonna call 911 one day and get hurt. Y'all can be like, didn't you say FS on air? Yes, now come save me. But you know what? Spare my child, okay? I'm crazy. They're crazy. My children will most likely be crazy. Spare their lives, please. Thank you very much. I'm not interested in older men, so y'all don't have to worry about, so it's okay. It's okay. I don't like nobody over the age of 23.
Nope. I'm not interested interested in older men. None over age of 23. Okay.
Yeah, as long as you're 21, can buy me alcohol, I'm all right. Anyway, catch my show in October. Get Lit with Haley Bell, Emiliana, and Bert Brat. Shout out to us. We're coming out soon. Pay us attention. Love us. Support Black Lives. Black Storm Matters. And hey, let's go.
My Black Storm clothing outfit. Thank you very much. Styled by Black Storm.
Black Storm Matters.
Lady D's.
I don't really have anything else to say. Seriously.
She got everything off her chest.
I did.
Uh-oh.
I did all that I want to get off anyway. I got to hold on to something. Don't be looking at me.
So I can't have an opinion about who you date?
No. Almost made me say, hell no. Absolutely not.
I don't know. After these last few ones, I'm probably going to have a little more to say.
Oh my God,
wait, what few? What are you talking about?
We gotta go.
What few are you talking about?
Save yourself. Willie, look at me. We gotta go.
She loves to embellish. She is embellishing over there. The last few.
I don't know. I would have to study. I would have to talk to that. I would have to.
I had one in the last several months. What are you talking about?
Tell me something. What would you say to the man when the man calls you and tells you, my mama, my sister, and my daughter said that I can't date you? What did you say?
And I ooh.
Now we silent.
You almost made me cuss you. That's what you almost made me do.
You know what? I think
you act like it'd be the first time.
We need to step down.
What would you say?
Yeah, you do.
What did you say? Did you just like, okay?
The producer talking about
what I said was that is a conversation that you should have had with me. That's what I said.
It's her turn, right?
Okay.
Right, producer?
All this old
Her
news.
60 seconds wasn't up.
It will show us the timer disappeared
Anyway.
negative 15 seconds ago.
Go
We're ending the show now. Tell us, give your 60 seconds. Where you gonna be? Whoopty wops and bam bams.
Okay, my name is Willie Bradley.
Amen.
Here's my current CD, and you can find it on my website, which is www.williebradley.net, williebradley.com. Okay, I have 3 shows in California while I'm here this weekend. My first show, I'm headlining the City of Gardena Food, Wine, Cigar Festival.
Oh, I was just invited to that.
Okay, I'll be there. I'm headlining. My show is from 5:10 to 6 o'clock on Saturday, and right after that, I'll be doing the Kemp Avenue Block Party.
All right.
And on Sunday, I'll be playing Spaghettini, and my show starts at 7.
Oh my God, my little stomping ground.
See you on Sunday. Look.
Spaghettinis, you go, dude.
All right, so you guys follow Willie everywhere. Thank you guys
spot.
for tuning in to the show. We appreciate you. Make sure you follow us everywhere. EMissyK. We up out of here. 2 fingers in a biscuit. Holla.
Marvin to my white privilege and jazz.
EMissyK's show. EMissyK's show. EMissyK's show. Questions, interviews, gossip, current